Welcome, my fellow Virgos. This is going to be your April 2024 reading. This is going to be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Some of you are intuitively guided. You're paying attention to your intuition. That's a great thing. Some of you could certainly be in love with a Virgo. Good luck. I'm a Virgo. That's why I say that. Virgo Sun. So anyway, a lot of people ask me that. I am a Virgo Sun, Gemini Moon, and I'm not 100% sure about my rising, but I think it's in Scorpio. Um, but anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do your reading a little differently this month. We're going to use two different um, tarot decks to do the main reading with, and of course, we'll use Mother Mary for our words of wisdom and clarify by the Gilded Tarot. So, anyways, this is for April, guys. Let's see what's going on. We got a lot going on in the skies. We just hit Mercury retrograde, our ruler. And my moon is also ruled by Jeopardy. Jeopardy. Why did I say that? Gemini. So, doubly ruled. Gonna be one of those wild times, I have a feeling. And then we have the total eclipse when, God, I forgot the date. I feel like it's the 7th. I could be wrong, but it's very soon. So I hope you get to see it where you're at. Anyways, exciting things happening. Maybe a little bit of difficulty, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Let's go ahead and begin your reading, though. So we'll start with Mother Mary, and let's get our words of wisdom to open this reading. I do want to let you know, because I do go live a lot. I've been trying to do like at least 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And a lot of times it is donation. So I have a membership program. There's 3 different tiers, but the third one, and I believe it's active now. For 49, there's all your questions are free in any of the chats. So I do want to let people know that I have that, because some of you do come to a lot of the chats, and that way you won't have to like keep paying money and money and money. Anyway, so that's going on. I just posed a question that I hope everyone can find, where I would really like to do a test, and I've done this before and I know it works, but I think I want you to see it more. And I said that collectively we want to manifest a white candle, however it shows, whoever it shows through. We want to manifest a white candle. And then if you want to be part of that, just, I guess we could do it right here. So what I said is I'd like to manifest a white candle, uh, divine, and as soon as possible, and much gratitude in advance. And then just put in the comment section, white candle. And let's see who all gets these white candles. Just a test, but we're testing the universe. Let's see what happens. All right. So, anyways, truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. Truth. And open your heart. So, 2 messages for you today: truth and open your heart. I allow myself to feel the full range of emotions, especially all forms of love. Truth. Open your heart. Okay. Let's go ahead and put those over there. Let's bring the lid down. And we are going to start. Well, let's start with the psychic tarot for our first line. And then we're going to take a line of tarot dreams underneath it, and then a line of psychic tarot, and so on and so forth. Everything is always pre-shuffled. I don't know. I'm excited to do your reading, Virgo. I just have a feeling this is going to be a good reading. I just feel it. All right, let's give them a cut. And let's begin. Seven of Cups. Choose wisely. That might be why Mother Mary, it is cups. So it could be an emotional decision that some of you are in the midst of making. And that may be why Mother Mary said your truth, right? Your own truth, and then open your heart. Let's keep going. Choose wisely. Do I take a right? Do I take a left? That tells me there's options. And I always feel that's a good thing. It may be hard to choose between the options, but nonetheless, it does feel like there's options. And they do feel of an emotional nature. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be love. It could be talking about, like something that you've been wanting to do, that you feel like, you would love to be able to do. This may be the beginning of that. Of course, that is going to be up to you. Look at that financial and material changes. Some of you, that's what you're looking at. Hmm. It's almost like getting a job offer. But then if I take this job offer, it may mean that I need to move. And that may be where I don't want to say difficulty, but maybe a little bit of confusion. Because in the Seven of Cups, it can be chaotic energy. It could be some type of offer that comes to you very quickly. It maybe needs a quick answer back. So you definitely want to trust yourself. You know what I mean? Like follow your own truth. Five is about a change. Some of you could have been out of work and all of a sudden, this opportunity comes towards you. Well, look at this. Hello, material harvest. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Man, I feel like this is a great omen. This is the meaning of the card is successful self-employment. It doesn't have to be self-employment though. It is your work, it is your ideas, it is your energy, and you are the benefactor of that. This is a very bountiful type of energy. I don't feel like it's a one-time thing. I definitely feel you know, this is definitely feeling like I can stand on my own 2 feet, and that's a good thing, especially for Virgo. You may question if, you may be worried you won't be successful in something. And I feel like this is saying as long as you're willing to put the work in, then the bounty will be yours. All right. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay. A little fear. Not a little, a lot of fear. Look at that. With the Ace of Pentacles, and then look at that, and the Eight of Swords. Now, I wasn't going to take this many, but I'm not going to refuse cards either. I mean, we're going to finish the line out, or should I? No. Okay, we're going to bring in the Tarot Dreams now. But look at this, the Ace of Pentacles. And that's what has you making a decision. Ace of Pentacles talks about something is coming into your physical world. And again, it can mean an opportunity, can be like a mustard seed. And then what you put into that is really going to determine your harvest. And then the Ace of Swords. So it is like ring, ring. I have a great opportunity for you. But for some of you, it may take like an actual move. Now, it could just mean moving from one job to another job. But it feels really good. Now, here's the thing. That Eight of Swords mirroring that Seven of Cups, that's kind of difficult. Because the Eight of Swords is about a self-created prison, which I already know you know that. But sometimes it is a fear-based energy. So like, and an eight, I feel like is about self. So there's some kind of doubt within myself. Will I be good at it? The answer is yes. And why? Like, how can I give you that guarantee? Well, because I feel like your interest will be piqued. It feels like it's meant to be honest. Doesn't mean it will be unless you allow it to be. Because in the Eight of Swords, I may say no. Now, if I took that Eight of Swords away, I feel like it would be yes all day long. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's bring in the Troy of Dreams, though. Two aces. And the Ace of Swords has triumph and success. So again, if I'm questioning, well, can I be successful? And I'm willing to put in the work. To me, the answer is yes, yes, yes. There's the Knight of Swords, almost like this is how it's coming in. We have the Four of Wands, interesting. It's a marriage card. But then it's met with the Four of Cups. Now, I'm saying the marriage card, but I have to tell you, it could just be any commitment that you have. Something that ultimately I either want a commitment or it's sitting next to the Four of Cups, which is talks about discontentment and boredom in one's life. But in the Four of Cups, someone is being offered a cup. So there again is our opportunity, right? There is something that's coming towards us. But will I accept it or not? In the Four of Cups, it asks you to use your spiritual discernment. And maybe I do have to make a like it's a commitment. But it feels like it'd be a very good commitment. Like, I'm not sure where the doubt lies. And I feel like right now, like what I would say is probably because there's a change, and change can be difficult. But in the same breath, it feels very bountiful, you know? All right, let's bring in, well, the Tarot of Dreams really wants to be in the reading. So let's get our next line. I'm sorry, the Psychic Tarot. We have the Tower. We have, look at that, the Emperor. Authority. This is the boss. The big guns. And then we have Temptation. Card of Capricorn. Authority card of Aries, by the way. I don't know if I said that. You know, I feel like for some of you, you're not trusting yourself. There's something that's causing you not to trust yourself. And I feel like, it's like from this tower, the ace is born. So that's what it looks like to me. Is like the tower is like the earth, and from the earth is born this ace. And this ace of pentacles, again, meant to expand your physical world, like it's coming in. Not just your physical world, but your material world. And look at this top line. It's all talking about your material world, but in a very like positive way. And now we have the emperor, which could certainly be the business owner. And I feel like that's you. It's like, listen, this tower feels like it's already happened because I feel like the ace is being born from it. And I feel like the tower is also the reason why the Eight of Swords is here. That energy being trapped in fear. And then you come straight down here, it could certainly be like, maybe I'm not trusting myself as it relates to making like a decision. And maybe because I haven't, maybe some of my decisions didn't work out. Maybe they weren't meant to. Maybe this tower is moving you right where you're meant to be moved anyway. Now, we also have the marriage card. And sitting next to the marriage card, look at this, another Four of Cups. Could we be talking about, where my mind was going at that moment was about to talk about love. And now it's interesting because I feel like our two people, like individually, going through the same thing. And it's interesting. Would I potentially be meeting someone like on this new path and not even know it? Like, I don't feel like this is anything like I would know. I don't feel like this is me making a move for love. I feel like it's me making a move for my life, to better my life. And then I feel like what follows may be unexpected. And of course, we're going to go deeper to figure that out. But right now, that's what it feels like. Some of you may want out of a relationship, and maybe it will take a move. But again, if it takes a move, I feel like it may just put you in the right energy and again at the right time, at the right place, and you might just meet the right person. It feels like right opportunities, but it all starts with me first, making that choice, trying not to allow it to come from a fear-based mind. If I'm unsatisfied right now and I'm being offered this cup, whatever it may be, and again, it may be a little bit of uncertainty in it. Am I gonna accept it? It asks you to use your spiritual discernment. So you already have that info within you. But then I feel like, because I feel like some may be leaving a relationship, a commitment, but it may be because like there's these offers that come to you. And I do feel like, and listen, this could be for you too, but I feel like, and then as I start on this next journey, this new path, which, ultimately can lead into real abundance, then I may just meet someone who is really going or has gone through the same type of energy. Listen, maybe I end up working with them in some capacity. And for those who are starting businesses, man, do you have the energy behind it and the year behind it. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Mental conflict. A little better than the Eight of Swords, but. And then on the bottom of the Tarot of Dreams, we have the King of Wands. Certainly being Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It is the king of action, movement. Knight of Wands underneath him. Does he like potentially look at that? And then it's almost like this king is moving away from a certain energy that I feel like its time is over and is now moving to interesting. I feel like now moving towards his goals. And again, this may be someone, and it doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it does mean, a person of action, person who's putting action behind their words, let's say. And this may be someone that you meet. All right. Well, I want to get the Tarot Dreams up because I want to get into this. This is interesting. And I'm looking at the sword now, and it's pointing right up to the Seven of Cups, which again is talking about an emotional situation, right? Maybe an emotional decision type of energy. But it does say triumphant success. And, I feel like the success comes from breaking yourself free from the fear of maybe potentially saying no, but it's free, you have free will. And no one's going to take that from you. We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting, it's in reverse. It's like put down your defenses, put them down, relax, enjoy. You may have been in the type of energy where it's like your defense, like your sword has been raised. And now maybe you have an opportunity to move towards energy where you're able to put down that sword, like put down those defenses. Like, feels like I can breathe. And there are those two sevens connected, as are the two fours here. We have the hangman. And interesting is like the hangman waiting on you, or are you waiting on the hangman? The hangman is really seeking wisdom for their next steps. Like, help guide me here on this physical plane. Coming right over that five financial and material changes. But it is being mirrored by the emperor. So let's see. Let's keep going. And the emperor stands for the father figure. I feel like the emperor is someone who's methodical, definitely puts plans in place, definitely cares about their fellow man, and probably because of these like the previous towers have taught me well, but probably have also given me a sense of empathy and compassion for my fellow man. They may have like overcome something that was like what they would call like their kryptonite. And you may be going through the same thing. Because again, I'm feeling a little bit of mirrored energy here. All right. We have the Five of Pentacles over that Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. And another five. Hierophant. Card of Taurus. Coming over the Eight of Swords, trapped in fear. This is your belief, your trust in yourself, in your God, right? That all things will work out as long as I'm willing to put my part in. And I feel like my part is to break free from that Eight of Swords. It's like divine is saying to you, you don't need that. We are your source of comfort. Like we will help guide you. It's us you like when you feel lost, ask for guidance. Oh my God. And then you shall receive it. And ye shall receive it. Judgment. This is your spiritual team. They're calling you to the present moment. So I do feel like a decision does need to be made here. No pressure, but I do feel that because it does talk about a rebirth. Now, with the Five of Pentacles over that Nine of Pentacles, some of you could have lost a job. But then you may find that, like, in some way, divine piques your interest to start following this new course. And through this new course, you may start doing your own thing. And that's why I'm pointing out the Emperor's path because it hasn't been easy. I'm not thinking about like an emperor that's been like the title's just been handed down. No, I feel like this is someone who's very compassionate and empathetic. Anyway, it's like your spiritual team's like, hello, we have an ace here for you. Are you going to take it? And you're over here in the Four of Cups, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Why? Because the Eight of Swords is right above it. So it's throwing some mental confusion in the mix, though none of it really needs to be. Because I feel like if this ace and this cup is coming from your spiritual team, just like I felt with the Hierophant, like trust within your spiritual team, trust within your God, trust within your faith and your hope that everything will be okay even after the fact. Sometimes I feel like difficult things happen, but then we're guided to like this new journey, and this could be very exciting. Like I feel it. But I also feel the other side of that, the worry and uncertainty. And I do feel like I do have to be proactive. That may be why, like, all of a sudden I'm like, well, let's try to manifest a white candle. And I'm really doing it because I know that we can manifest. And I've done it here on my channel, like, it's happened to us at least 2 times, big things. Um, so why can you not manifest in your own life? You can. But your spiritual team is right there helping you. All right, let's keep going. Hmm. And I have to say, some of these swords could be coming because of Mercury being in retrograde, because from April 1st today till I believe the 25th, don't quote me on that, Mercury is in retrograde. So again, know that, expect that, sometimes communication can go a little haywire, our electronics can go a little haywire. But if I know that, especially through communication, like if I find like I'm using like mean words or, I can be like, wait a minute, Sandy. Anyway, let's keep going. Well, hello, lovers. Hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. The meaning of the card is a head over heart decision, and I could definitely see that applying there. Do I follow my head or do I follow my heart? Well, it depends, like what each is telling you. Or is it your truth? Because don't forget, that's what Mother Mary said. Live within your truth. And then you're supposed to open your heart. Well, I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the reason why. I feel like, this is not just talking about, it is talking about finances, but not just finances, your creativity and different things that I feel like you're bringing to the world. And if you have doubt, I hope that you can stop doubting yourself, because I feel like, maybe action is needed now. Um, and sometimes, we're looking for someone to save us. And even though we have the Hierophant right over that energy, so I feel like that's God saying, I'm trying to help to save you. But we also have to learn to save ourselves. So that's what that Eight of Swords is. That's a human condition. Anyway, let's keep going. Hmm. All of a sudden, I'm looking at this Knight of Swords who's looking right at the lovers. And that the King of Wands, but he came in reverse. Interesting. Why? Tell us. Five of Swords. Three fives right there. 555. Five of Swords talks about the toxicity that is currently in your life, because if I'm still in the five, I'm still in it. But five does want you to consider a change. And in the Five of Swords, what I need to look at, and I definitely feel for some of you, what's one of our traits? Overthinking. And I definitely feel that energy. Um, but for some of you, it also may be like leaving. Like maybe I'm leaving this king, or maybe this king has been gone. Well, let's keep going. But I feel like someone may also be in a relationship that is not that great. Or maybe it just ended. And listen, maybe someone threw you the tower. But do I 100% think you're going to rebound from that? I do. Because I feel like if you were thrown the tower, it's almost like your spiritual team is like, but man, we have something in store for you. All right, let's keep going. We have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands mirroring judgment. Nine of Wands, I feel like this is someone who, it's the opposite of the Eight of Swords. This is someone who does look back at their life, and they're really looking at the growth that they've had within themselves. And there's more growth to be had. Um, this could be a time of like, yes, a lot of responsibilities, but still, it's like, I feel like it's a congratulations of, getting through and only becoming stronger because of it. Now, I know some of you don't trust yourself in that area yet, so maybe you're still going through it. And because it's a nine, I often feel that's a singular number. Like, you know, if it's talking about a relationship, like if it's reflecting a relationship, this is you and yourself within the relationship. You know what I mean? I feel like each person has to do their own reflection. But then what does judgment talk about with a nine? Final reflection. And then, hello, Knight of Wands. We saw the Knight of Wands right there. So it's interesting this King's in reverse because I don't feel this King as toxic energy. I just don't. Maybe he's just not part of your life yet. Now, male or female, by the way, king or queen, doesn't matter. But maybe it's just not part of your life, and all of a sudden I'm also getting this feeling of where someone could reach out and just communicate with you out of the blue. And I feel like a lot of things are happening like out of the blue, but really they're in divine timing. So after the tower, passion still exists. After these towers, new opportunities still exist. Sometimes new love partners. And it can be love that I just have never experienced yet. Maybe I've only been with like lower vibrational type people, and that's, how much can they give? Not a lot. All right, let's keep going. We have the moon card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer, coming over the emperor. Look at that, the Eight of Swords over temptation. But I have to tell you, this is really the devil. And well, I mean, I do love how it's depicted here because, it's saying even in the dark, you can find that light. And this person has their finger on the light, right? And what's below that? It's a key. The light is the key. And that is the ability to unlock the next chapter. But I feel like this is saying that like I'm only interested in, you know, in the light. But also what I wanted to say, in a lot of times when you see the lovers, you'll see not the lovers, I'm sorry, but you'll see in the devil's card where it feels like the devil has influence over the lovers, a negative influence. But I feel like that can only last for so long because it is an illusion. And sometimes we have the illusion that we're trapped. And I feel like it's saying just simply seek the light and you'll see the key. You'll find that key. Maybe two people again. I mean, this side of the table, the 555, the 4, the 8. Hello. So maybe one commitment didn't work out, and maybe another does. Because then you have the 3 of Wands. And to me, like by the end of this reading, it seems like it completely changes your perception of life without even knowing what is yet to be. You know what I mean? And I feel like the more that I'm true to myself and I stay optimistic about what can be, again, it's reminding me of that white candle. Like that white candle is going to be on one of these ships. I just know it. And that's what that is. It's knowing that your ships will arrive in their due time. But in the meantime, I'm just going to enjoy. And I love that it's mirrored by the Knight of Wands, passion, desire. After the tower, can we rebound from these towers? Judgment is saying, absolutely, you can have complete rebirth. And it may be a rebirth within a relationship. And, really feel like what this is saying, the more you're willing to take chances on you and your dreams, your desires, especially if they're coming like from the light, like I only want help, then I feel like this is saying trust yourself and go for it. Like put your toes in the water. You don't have to go from A to Z. Do it A, B, C, D, and just watch where it takes you. Interesting if this is also talking about the potential of new love, even if it could potentially be old love. Both of them carrying that Eight of Swords energy, both of them have to free themselves, right? It's almost like they both had to go through this dark night of the soul type energy to find the light, to unlock that key. Judgment's also bringing out the lovers. There's two people in that energy. And by the way, I do love how these lovers are being depicted because you can see the divine feminine is here in the present and the masculine is in spirit form. Now, I don't mean necessarily someone's crossed over. What I mean is like I can feel their energy and maybe I don't even know why. Maybe back here, I'm not feeling anything. You know what I mean? I'm feeling stagnant. I'm not feeling loved. I'm not feeling that. Well, then I got to learn to love myself and make the changes necessary. Like, don't get stuck. If you're with someone and you just know that it's not going to change, how can I help you? It has to come through you then. You're the one who's going to make that change. But listen, divine is walking side by side with you. All right, I just want to look at this king. Okay, we have the 3 of Cups. That's good. I'm looking back to where's that Three of Wands right there, connected to the Four of Wands. And then look at that, the Two of Wands. So it begins. So it begins. So I feel like this king, and interesting because this king again is sending out the knight. Here is the knight. And there's no way this knight would be bad for you because judgment is trying to get your attention, right? They're trying to send you the signs so that you can start, well, listen, maybe reflect upon your life in like with a different lens, like look at how you have grown instead of like regret or beating yourself up. It doesn't matter how long you stayed in something that wasn't good. It's about when you break yourself free. That's what you celebrate. So, I mean, I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like you probably have not experienced this type of love, especially if you're able to free yourself. Mother Mary says, open your heart to yourself, which means you allow yourself to have adventures and experiences, and you trust within your intuition of knowing, like, if I start to veer down a path that maybe isn't so great, the signs will be sent. And the more you're in the present day moment, which is where judgment wants you, the more you will notice those signs and the more it's like your path is revealed. And it feels a little magical. And yes, it does feel like after hell. It does feel like, and I feel like this is a theme in a lot of the readings where I feel like a lot of people have been going through some very difficult energy. And then everything seems to change. Everything seems to get lighter, you know? And you got to give yourself credit too, like breaking yourself free from these self limiting prisons that we create. Knowing who's toxic to me. If I know I can have, like, I've always wanted to do this, but yet everybody around me is saying, you wouldn't do any good. Trust yourself. I mean, your spiritual team is here for a reason. And the Hierophant coming over that Eight of Swords, it's like your faith. Believe. Believe that magic can happen. And I'm feeling that Three of Cups as pure joy. And you know what it's giving me image of? Like when I got my first car, not my first car, but the first car that was in my name that like, and listen, this was when I was older too, but that was just all in my name. And I was taking well, I left someone and I even left the car. So I was taking a bus to work and lo and behold, my boss who owned a dealership, um, plus what I did for them, said, we'll get you a car, you just make the payments. No bank, no nothing, no interest. And I was like, no, I can't do that. And then they brought um car over. And I remember like how happy I was. But once they left, I remember going and sitting in that car and just crying with gratitude. Like I didn't have to take the bus anymore. I didn't have to get up an hour early and get home an hour late when I live right down the street. I mean, and that's what I'm feeling in this Three of Cups. And I guess that's the only way I can really explain it. Well, I could explain it when Sam contacted me. Like all of a sudden, just pure joy. All right. Let's read let's read Mother Mary and let's start with truth. I am going to read them both. You drew this card because some truth is being hidden. Most likely, you're the one hiding it from yourself. How do you really feel about your present situation? This card counsels you to take an honest inventory, admitting your most vulnerable feelings to yourself. If someone isn't being forthright with you, you'll know within your heart. The first person who comes to mind is probably involved in a dishonesty. Sometimes people aren't truthful because their fear of conflict makes them people please. Other times, dishonesty stems from a lack mentality, arising when individuals believe that they have to take what they want because there's not enough to go around. Take the time to sit quietly in meditation and ask God and Holy Spirit to reveal the truth about your present situation. Although truth has a subjective component and opinions about the same situation will vary from person to person, there's a need for greater honesty in order to heal and resolve the present situation. Amen. All right, open your heart. Oh, look at that, went right to it. Open your heart. This is a card with a very important message for you. Spend less time, wait, spend less time thinking and analyzing and more time feeling and experiencing. Mother Mary asks you to open your heart more. She realizes that you may have fears about being emotionally hurt, and she offers to comfort, support, and guide you. Of all the components of your spiritual path, opening yourself up to experiencing love is the most essential. Make the conscious choice to risk being hurt and drop your emotional defenses. Be vulnerable and real, and allow others to get to know the true you. Mother Mary and Archangel Michael act as your shield so that you can be open and protected. Wow. Amen. Virgo. Amen. And I think I'm just going to leave it right there. I feel like that was the perfect, exactly what we needed to hear. So I thank you. I love you. I hope you all make it to what feels like, I don't know, like heaven on earth. And I'll see you there. I love you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye, guys.